Thank you for watching. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get the perfect blowout at home in under 20 minutes, which I think is a necessity for basically every girl out there. And if I could do it with all of this hair, you can do it too, and it's super easy. So I wanted to say thank you so much to Dyson for sponsoring today's video. If you guys have been following me, the last blow drying tutorial that I posted 2 years ago, I actually went out and bought the Dyson Supersonic hairdryer when it first came out with my own money, and I used it for that video. It was a first impressions type of video, and I was obsessed with the dryer. So now fast forward 2 years later, the fact that they want to sponsor a video for me is just honestly the coolest thing ever. So thank you again to Dyson. So if you guys want to learn how to get the perfect blowout at home, please keep watching. So for today's look, I am using the Dyson Supersonic Limited Gift Edition, which comes in this beautiful red carrying case. At the end of the tutorial, I'm going to go through everything and show you what comes with the entire gift set that is available at Sephora. It's a perfect gift to either gift yourself or somebody else. It is limited edition, as I said, and I just love the red. I have the fuchsia one as well, but this one is a little bit more special. I like the styling concentrator, which is the longer skinny one. So all you do is, and it's magnetic, so it goes right on. And before I start blow drying my hair, I always like to put, not always, but if I want it to last, I always like to start with some sort of like prep spray. So I'm just doing a little bit throughout my hair. And I don't use like much product in my hair. I never really did. So it depends on like how silky your hair is. I just prefer to not use much. So the first thing that I like to do is, my hair is not sopping wet because it did air dry a little bit. But what I like to do is I like to make sure my hair is like 90% dry. So I'm gonna start blowing it out. And because my hair is so long and I don't have many layers anymore, I'm gonna like blow my hair to the opposite side of the root. That way it's gonna help give body to my hair. So with the dryer, it's super easy. There's on and off switch. There's 3 settings for the fan speed and 3 settings for the heat speed. I always do the highest for both. And what's so cool about the Dyson products is there's always some sort of really cool technology that no other brand offers. For instance, this hairdryer measures the air temperature 40 times per second. So that way it's gonna help prevent any extreme heat damage or anything like that, which is just so cool and exactly right up my alley because I'm trying to keep my hair long and thick and healthy for as long as possible. So I'm going to turn it on. Also, really quickly before I continue, this is like one of the most powerful hair dryers ever, and it's so lightweight. Before I started using the Dyson a couple of years ago, it would take me like so long for it to get like 90% dry, which this takes maybe less than 2 minutes. Okay, so now that it's like 90% dry, it's still a little bit damp. What I like to do, and this has saved me so much time, is I'll leave my hair just all down as is, and I'll go in with the dryer on the highest fan, highest heat, and I'll just try to smooth out my hair all together, and then I'll go back in and I'll show you guys how I give it like body and all of that. So this is just to get it smooth, get all the frizz out, and it just saves so much time in my opinion. So I'm taking like a 1.5 inch brush.
I know that you're curious, I know that you're strong, but life can be furious and things can go wrong. You go, we're better off tomorrow, but who knows if we get joy or sorrow.
So you could see in literally like 2 minutes, I dried straight pretty much the whole side of my hair. So it's not like perfectly silky, but it's enough that now when I go in to do the styling, it's gonna be so much easier. So this is just a trick that I've done because my hair is so long and so thick, I just, want as least time blowing it as possible. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side.
There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering sleepless nights and wandering before you make it safely to the end, the end, the end.
Alright, so now that it's pretty much blown out straight, obviously that took no time at all, which is crazy because I swear this used to take me forever with other dryers. But I love like a nice like professional blowout type of look. So I'm gonna show you how to do that really, really quickly. And it's gonna give so much body to your hair and it's just gonna look amazing all day long. So the first thing I'm going to do is section off my hair in half like this. And now I'm gonna use a smaller size brush because my hair is really long, so I wanted to keep that curl. If I used this side and I brushed it out, it would pretty much just get straight really quickly. So I always like to use one size smaller. If your hair is shorter, you can keep the bigger brush and it'll still give you like a same effect, just with lots and lots of body. So I'm gonna just section off and do this piece by piece, and we're gonna turn that on. So what I always do is I'll take the hair and I'll flip it over. I'll slowly drag it down. So this is gonna smooth out any frizz or anything that didn't get perfect from doing your hair as I did it before. And since my hair has some angles in it, some pieces are gonna start to fall out. You just have to put the blow dryer down for a second and just kind of tuck your hair into the brush as you go back up. That way when we take it out and create the curl, it's all gonna look seamless together. So after I let the heat sit on the hair for a little bit, I curled it only about halfway up because that's really all that will fit onto the brush with my hair. I'm gonna hit the cool button a little bit and cool it down. So you keep it on for a couple seconds and then you're gonna just unwrap the hair. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands and just rewrap what we just did. And then we're gonna pin it. You could use bobby pins. I have these little metal clips like that. We're gonna repeat the same thing 3 separate times.
You're not one of those, we fall, but we always rise up through it all, we get a little wiser. There's things in life you simply need to know, but sun and rain and trust in letting go.
We're just gonna wrap it. So you're gonna repeat that. There's gonna be 3 total sections on each side for this layer. In my case, figure out what works best for you, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. I think the hardest part is really just stopping in between and just making sure you're tucking in any hairs that have fallen out. For instance, my front pieces, I have a lot of angles, so they're not gonna stay in as easily, but as long as you get the majority of it, that's good. And here you can see, as I'm holding it tight with the curl part curled, I'm also gonna blow by my root to make sure that's really silky and smooth and straight as well.
It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering before you make it safely to the end, the end, the end. And if you ever wonder, there is nothing wrong with a little.
So now moving on to this top section. This is where you're gonna get all of your body. You always wanna make sure you brush out each section. This part is optional. For me, I like to use this dry shampoo, even though I just washed it, just on the back pieces where I want like even more body. You can even do like a little bit around the front if you want. And you just kind of like massage it in. There's also like root lifting products. There was one I used to use that worked really well, but it made my hair a little bit sticky. So I like the dry shampoo because you can already see like how it just lifts the root. You only want to use a little bit of this though. So my favorite part to do is like the back section. So I'll start over there. And it's times like this I wish I still had my layers, but you could see how much it grew out, my shortest layer. So I'm gonna take this piece and blow it forward so that way it has more body as well. So as you guys can see, I like to place the brush in the hair before I start blow drying. It's a little bit easier. So the way I like to do it is I like to go 1 or 2 passes over just to really smooth it out. And then I'll start at the bottom and start twirling it up. That way I can make sure every part of my hair is gonna be curled. Of course, I wanna focus mostly on the bottom, and because my hair is long, I know I say that a lot and it's probably annoying to hear, but because it is, a lot of it doesn't fit in the brush as well. So I like to go halfway up, and that always is what works for me.
Sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering.
See, it's kind of like curled under a little bit. And then we're gonna do the same thing where we're gonna roll it into a curl. But for these, we're gonna pin up as if we had rollers in our hair. Now you can use rollers if you want, you don't need them.
The end, there's things in life you simply need to know. But sun and rain and trust in letting go. It takes
And for the front piece, we're gonna blow forward.
a bit of suffering, sleepless nights and wandering before you make it safely to the end. Before you make it safely to the end. The end, the end.
So same thing, we're gonna twirl it up and pin it. And repeat the same thing on the other side. I just want to say, if I don't give up and I can get my hair blow dried like this, I promise you guys can do it. Try it out. I know I used to use like a crazy amount of brushes and leave them in, and that really worked as well. But just by using the brush and then curling it up and pinning it, you'll be surprised when you see the final result how much it really does curl itself. So try my technique out and comment below, let me know how it works for you guys.
When you came over, my heart was on its way out. I wasn't sober, and I was thinking out loud. I spoke of your bravery, your wit and audacity of coming over.
So that took me around like 6 minutes to do. So again, this is not something that's gonna be 1, 2, 3 easy, but it is gonna be worth it if you take the time. So I'm gonna take a little hairspray. This is like a soft hairspray, so it's nothing crazy or crunchy. It's like my biggest pet peeve, I hate that. And that's it, that's how you get the perfect hair. No, I'm just kidding. So we're gonna let it sit for a little bit like this. Usually when I do this, I'll go in, finish my makeup, you know, pick out my outfit, do whatever I gotta do, let it sit for like 10 minutes just so it's like cools down and it really holds the shape, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so I waited about 10 minutes. You can leave them longer if you want, and now I'm just gonna remove all of the clips.
Let go of it all. Please move close to me.
So once you pull it out, it looks like this, but this is not how we're gonna leave it. Now we're gonna, I like to like shake out the roots.
Love differently. So move close to me. Love me differently, differently.
And that is how you get a salon blowout at home. And you guys, like, it's hard to tell, but if you follow these steps, like exactly what I did, your hair is gonna be more, a little bit more body, a little bit more voluptuous, but my hair is so heavy, so it's like really hard for it to actually hold shape. So I've been doing a similar technique for years and years, and obviously when I had layers it was like bigger and more voluptuous, but for me to have this much body when my hair is, first of all, has a keratin and is so heavy, is honestly like life-changing. So you can wear it kind of like flipped to the side. So right now I'm gonna leave it in the center, but I don't know if you guys can see the bottoms. Don't mind my sweatpants, of course. But yeah, you can see how it's like curled under and just like super full and voluminous.
So this is the final result. Thank you again to Dyson for sponsoring today's video.
So for those of you guys wondering what you're gonna get in the limited gift edition box, it's gonna come with this red faux leather carrying case, which is beautiful and it's so easy to store it in. Of course, the supersonic hair dryer with the red back right here, which is so cool. You're gonna get 2 magnetic heads, the Style Concentrator, which is a longer, skinnier head, and you're also gonna get the smoothing nozzle, which is a little fatter and shorter. I love both of them. I'll go back and forth depending on the type of look that I wanna go for. And then you're also gonna get the diffuser, which also is a magnet. Everything just clicks right on, which is super easy. So this is more if you're doing curls and you wanna dry your hair. I use this when I'm doing like that wet beachy wave look. If it's a little bit too wet, I can go in and just kind of like place it at the bottom and then kind of scrunch up your hair. So it comes with those 3 heads, and then it also comes with a little pad that you can put down to place the hair dryer on. It's just a heat protectant to protect the surface of whatever it is you are leaning your dryer on. So if you guys were on the fence about buying it, now is definitely the time. Use your Sephora gift card and try this out. I will use this hair dryer forever. I love how lightweight it is. I love how my hair feels after it. It works super quick and fast, which is a necessity for me because I'm always sweating when I'm doing my hair. So that concludes everything that you will be receiving in the gift set. So this is the final result. I am so obsessed with how my hair looks. My highlights are really coming through and I'm obsessed. I actually have an appointment to go get a couple more in because I'm really feeling like this new year, new me type of vibe. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.